This class is for JS1. Okay, last time we talked about an aspect of the tense, which is the present continuous tense. Today we are going to look at another aspect of the tense, which, as is written on the board, we are going to look at the simple past tense. In order to refresh our memory, last time we briefly defined what the tense is, and we say that the tense is that aspect of the verb that helps us to know when an action or state of being as expressed by the verb took place. Alright, we know that a tense can be realized in several ways. We have a group that falls under the simple tenses. The simple tenses, and under the simple tenses we have the simple present, we also have the simple past, and we also have the simple future. The simple future tense. Alright, tense lets us to know we are aware that a verb helps us to know the action performed by a subject, and the subject can be a noun or pronoun. Now, in that same way, in conjunction with a tense, a verb helps us to know when that action is performed. It can also be about the state of a noun or pronoun. Okay, so we have the simple tenses, and under the simple tenses we have the simple present, the simple past, and the simple future. Today we are going to look at the simple past. The simple past tense. Okay, in summary, the simple past tense simply means the tense that tells us about the action of a verb that just took place. When a sentence or a statement expresses an action performed by the verb in the past, we say that such a tense is in the simple past tense. Mostly, the simple past tense makes use of only one verb element. You don't normally have up to two verbs in expressing a simple past. It's just a single verb element, which is in the past. Let's have some examples to portray what you mean. Okay, the simple past tense, let's put our definition on the board. The simple past tense is a type of tense that shows that the action or state as expressed, we have told you that in realizing a simple past, you don't normally have more than one verb element. It is mostly a single verb element that indicates a simple past tense. Let's have those examples now. I divide my board. Examples. Okay. Let's have this. Uche climbed the wall. Full stop. Look at that sentence now. Uche climbed the wall. This is a good example of a simple past tense. The verb here is climbed. And if this verb should be in the simple present, we should be having a sentence that reads Uche climbs the wall. Maybe we put every day. Sorry. This is an example of a simple present, but we have been asked to look at the simple past. So now we change the verb into the past tense, and we have Uche climbed the wall. If we are talking about the simple future tense, in such type of tenses, we make use of a verb which we call modal auxiliary verb, and then we add it to the main verb in the sentence, and we realize the kind of tense that we call the simple future tense. Let me give you an example. Let's still use Uche and the wall climbing. Now we have a sentence that reads, Uche will climb the wall. Will and climb. Will is an auxiliary verb helping the main verb climb to achieve a state of simple future tense. If you look at our previous example, you can see that the first sentence has no modal or auxiliary verb. It's just a main verb. So most verbs in simple tenses, be it the simple present or simple past, but mind you, not the simple future, most verbs in the simple present and simple past normally contain only one main verb. They are simple sentences, and this is a simple past tense, this is a simple present tense, and this is a simple future tense. Now, unlike the other tenses, the simple present and the simple past, for we to realize the simple future, we will use a kind of auxiliary verb, assistant verb, those verbs that help the main verb to perform the function or realize complete meaning. Alright, let's clean up. Ifeoma cooked a delicious meal. Full stop. Ifeoma cooked a delicious meal. The only verb here, because it is a simple tense, remember we said that the simple present and the simple past mostly make use of one verb element which is usually a main verb, and the verb is always in the past tense, and it doesn't have any other verb attached to it in a sentence. It normally stands alone. So we have Ifeoma cooked a delicious meal. So if we want to look at that same sentence, the way it should be in the simple present, we are looking at a sentence like this. Ifeoma cooks a delicious meal. Or let's remove the A. Ifeoma cooks delicious meals every day. Look at our verb again. All these sentences are simple sentences. They are in simple tenses. Simple tenses, apart from the simple future tense, has one verb. Now, this is a simple present tense. Ifeoma cooks delicious meals every day. For we to realize this sentence in the simple past, which we are doing today, we put the main verb in the past tense. Okay, if we want to realize this same sentence in the simple future, remember what I said. Whenever a verb wants to be in the simple future, it must be followed, it must be preceded rather by an auxiliary verb. Ifeoma will cook a delicious meal tomorrow. Okay, my students, you can see this is in the simple past, this is in the simple present, and this, as you can see, is in the simple future. But we are looking at the simple past tense. How do we recognize the simple past tense? Like we said, it has one main verb, and that one main verb is in the past tense, and mostly it expresses an action that happened in the past, not an action that has happened before another action took place, because there's a tense that does that, which we're talking about today. But if you are talking about an action that just happened in the past, please, this is the format for the simple past tense. We talked about the simple past tense. We told you tenses, their main job is to let us know when the action or state of being of the noun or pronoun took place. Did it happen today? Will it happen in the future? Has it happened already before something else happened? These things are covered by the term tenses. And we are looking at the simple tenses. And we say that under the simple tenses, we have the simple present, we have the simple past, and we have the simple future tense. And we are dealing with the simple past tense. Let's give you one other example. Mrs. Ife slapped her maid, and we have slapped. Slapped. I wonder what the maid did to her anyway. But Mrs. Ife slapped her maid. All these things are one verb element, and they are in past tenses. Alright, more example. I was happy when I saw him. I was happy. Okay, we can keep it simpler so that, let's remove when I saw him. Let's say I was happy in the morning. Alright, I think we can deal with this. I was happy in the morning, and was is a verb. It is a type of auxiliary verb called primary auxiliary verb. The primary auxiliary verb, I don't know if you have treated it or not, but one of the features of the primary auxiliary verb is that it can act as a main verb when the main verb is not in the sentence. But when the main verb is in the sentence, the primary auxiliary verb takes its role as an auxiliary verb. So was is the past tense of the verb am. If we have a sentence that reads, I am happy, and if I ask you what kind of tense is this sentence in, I expect you to tell me that this is an example of a simple present tense. It is that simple present tense, I am happy, that if we were talking about how we are previously, not now, because we can add something like now here to show that this is happening now. I'm happy now. Now will be in the morning. So if you ask the speaker later, how were you? Maybe in that same morning, the speaker can now say, I was happy in the morning. And I was happy is an example of the simple past of I am happy now, which is in simple present. How I wish you are physical so that you can ask me for any clarification or any other question now. But be it as it may, having seen our definitions, having listened to all we said about the simple past tense, and having looked at the examples, I believe that one way or the other, you are able to grasp, however little. For now, let's go ahead with one or two more examples before I give you exercises, which I expect you to do and upload for us to see your progress. JSS1, this is your third term scheme of work. So please take these things seriously. It is key, it's paramount. Okay. Mr. Ojo bought a new car. Mr. Ojo bought a new car. If I ask you to identify the verb in this sentence, I know that you will identify bought, and it is correct because bought is the only verb element of this sentence and is in the simple past tense. Alright, as we are about rounding up, remember what we have said about the simple past tense. We said that the simple past tense shows an action that happened in the past. It doesn't show an action that has happened before some other action happened. That one is under the past perfect. But we're talking about an action that happened before the speaker is relating about that action. And how do you recognize the simple perfect tense? How do you construct the simple perfect tense? We say that for you to recognize the simple perfect tense or construct it by yourself, then make sure that it contains only one verb which is in the past. It's a simple tense. Normally you can see it in simple sentences. Sentences that express one idea. And they are always in the past tense, and they are the only verb in that sentence. When you have up to 2 verbs expressing a context, it is no longer in the simple present or simple past. Remember, we also talked about the simple feature, that in the simple tenses, it is the simple feature that makes use of a main verb and an auxiliary verb. I hope you got that. Okay. To do at home. Instruction. Change the following verbs in brackets into their correct simple past forms. Number 1. The old man in brackets you have die. Yesterday. Never in brackets eat all the food in the plates. All right. Number 3. I in brackets come Okay, let's change this sentence so that number 4, we all in bracket sing in this church last Sunday. And lastly, 5, everyone in bracket, okay, everyone flee at the sight of the armed robbers. Okay. These verbs are in different tenses, but we are looking at a situation where you will open the brackets. If these verbs are correct, leave them as they are. If, on the other hand, they are not correct, when you open the brackets, change them to the correct tense form to reflect the simple past tense and complete the sentences. That's your exercise. Please do it with seriousness that it deserves, and meanwhile continue to read your books and be praying that we will come out of this particular condition so that we stop talking to you on air but resume our normal friendly classroom environment. I miss you guys. Stay safe and bye bye. Operator.